Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. Vorm here. Let's play some more Ostranauts. Continuing our run in progress. That one. Okay. When we left off, we had a bit of excitement on our way back to station. Mostly fixed, but I noticed I loaded up the save a bit ago before I went live just to remind myself where we were at, and we have a problem that I didn't notice previously. Yeah, I'll show you when we get in there. We're not quite done with repairs and recovery from our micrometeorite hit, which is cool. More consequences. I like it. All right, we are in. So everything looks pretty calm. We're docked here at K-Leg. But the problem, if you look at my cursor, see that number in red? Here, I'll move it over here. See that number in red? I need to put it in the middle of my ship so you can see the actual number. 17.09 K. That is temperature in Kelvin. Now, temperature in Kelvin should be, for human norm comfort level, 290 to 300. So if we move our cursor up to the base, you're not going to show me up in the base? They're not going to show me up. Oh, yep, it's there, 310. I guess I got to point at a person to get a temperature reading. Yeah, so, you know, we had a micrometeorite strike over here in the corner of our ship. It hold our HUD. Yes, I know, winged. I forgot it would show up here, but yeah, I know about the gas, the G key. So yeah, we got a micrometeorite strike that holed our ship. It evacuated all of the gas. We came back in our suit. We got the hull fixed, but I didn't notice and didn't realize, if I look at the electrical signals, that our electricity stops here because the conduit got shattered on this wall. So normally we have electricity passing through this area. So it cut off our electric line, and my thermostat is right there. My thermostat's not getting powered. So that means that the heater doesn't know to kick on. So it's really, really cold in here. We got to fix a few things. I think to start, I'm just going to move the thermostat to a powered wall section, because a lot of the work we need to do over here, I have to do outside the ship. Because I can't reach the walls without tearing out a bunch of equipment, and I can do it EVA. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move the thermostat. That'll get the heater going. It's going to take quite a while for a single heater to bring the temperature back up to a comfortable level here in the ship. So we'll get the thermostat moved. That'll get the process started. Then we'll go shopping for another heater, a second heater that we can install in a different location, hopefully. It takes up a lot of space. I'm not real happy with the amount of space a heater takes up, but we're just about to the point where I'm going to start expanding the ship, so that'll be cool. And we'll get this wall section fixed and the conduit fixed and so on. So we're still in recovery mode. My general plan is to do at least one more good salvage run where we're just going to go out and get some more cash generating equipment to sell. I'd like to get my finances up to 100,000 as my reserve funds, and then anything above that I'm going to use and spend on ship expansions. We'll hit a derelict that's a good size. We'll start ripping out plates and walls and conduits so we can do an expansion. I think what I'll do first with this ship design is I'll build out like so, kind of a front nose cone assembly area out here. So we'll expand this direction first, and then later, once we've got that done and configured how I want, we'll do outer expansions on each side. But I want to do kind of a front to the ship like so first. I'm not sure how I'm going to divide things. We got a lot of stuff we can do and that I would need to do that we want to look into. So, So that's what's going on. So let's go ahead and turn that off. All right. Yeah, that's the plan. That's what we're going to be doing. So we'll go 1x. Let's go ahead and uninstall. Then we'll tell it to reinstall. I'm just going to put it right here. All right. Now that it's got power, the light turns on, and you'll notice the red number is starting to go up. So thermostat maintained its connection to the heater, and now that it's got power, it's kicked on, so the heater's doing its job. But notice how slow it's going. That number has to get up into 300 or so. So it's going to take quite a while. Yeah, pretty clean ship. So here is the damage level. We spent a fair bit of time last episode, or end of last episode, getting some repairs done. We've still got a few red components. This is red for no apparent reason. Yeah, the thruster's fine. Oh no, it's damaged. It's I got to replace that. I need to get the repairs done for that. I forgot about that. We did look into that. Show more. Yeah, it's completely damaged. All right. So other things we have to do. So I was thinking of just leaving it and getting a new thruster off of a derelict that's not damaged. So it's probably what I'll do. It is affecting our performance. All right. But yeah, mostly it's pretty clean now. So, all right. So now that it's warming up, let's go to, who would have it? Supplies? Let's go see about supplies. I'm keeping the suit on currently, purposely. I don't remember. Do I still have a battery up there? I can't remember if I still have a battery up there, but let's talk to these guys. What you got for us? Anything interesting? Air pumps, CO2 scrubbers, suits, bottles, knives, batteries. Ship batteries. I've got all the tools we need. Nah, I don't see a heater anywhere in there. I don't think we're likely to see one up here. Loose conduit. I think there's different models of conduit. Different, like, I don't know what the difference is functionally, but I think there's different versions of conduit and different price levels. That's another thing I think we're just going to pull off of a ship. Yeah, I don't see what we need here, so we'll have to... Yeah, what will we do? Black market is the last place to look, but the black market's only got like 5 or 10 items, and it's usually rarer items. So I don't think that will help much. Wow, this is going to take so long. So long. Let me go check for the battery. Did we leave a battery here? We did. And it's 98% charged. All right, go ahead and give me that battery. We'll pull the 77, put it back in. I think we've got a spare O2 bottle, and we can refill the O2 bottles on the ship. We did tap out some of our bottled gases, so I do have to be careful about that also. Oh yeah, F1. Can't really see into this area anymore. Okay, into canister. Almost completely empty. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some stuff. How come I can't see my display over here? Oh, that'd be why. All right, 90% and 98%. Yeah, we should be fine. We'll stay in our suit. Let's go ahead and undock and go get a few things, get some stuff done. I think that's the best way to go about it. All right. Slow things down a Yeesh. Mouse wandered off the screen again. All right. We're out of here, K-Leg. Where are we going? Fair bit of activity over there. Guess, yeah, there's a lot of activity in here. Let's go to that one. First, adjust our bearing. And then cross velocity, get that bled off. Pressurize the ship, temp go up faster. That could be true. I'll look at it when we get over to the next ship. All right, cross velocity's good. Or actually, we'll work on it while we're traveling. Let's get this relative velocity up. This is the problem with having only the one thruster currently operational. Takes quite a bit for us to get this Hulk moving. All right, 14 minutes. So that would be 3 or 4 minutes after. So let's go ahead and pop out of here. All right, so current gas mix. I mean, we're pressurized to hell. We got 115 on nitrate. Do I have the nitrate pump just running flat out? Hey, you. Are you on auto or are you just running flat out? I don't have a sensor on the nitrogen. That's what's going on. I still haven't gotten a sensor, nitrogen sensor put on. So yeah, we're well pumped. We're overpressurized, if anything. 115 kPa. Normally, it's running at like 80 on nitrogen and 22 on oxygen. So how are those still going up? They're both going up. All right, pause. What's going on here? Why are we overpressuring? Overpressurizing the cabin here. That's weird. I mean, I do have the O2 set up. Gases expand when heated. Really? They've got that modeled? Huh. Okay. Let's do this then. Let's control panel. Let's reverse the flow for a little while. It's still going up. Control panel. Turbo. There we go. Now it's going back down. Turbo. Reverse. On. I'd like to get the nitrogen back maybe to 60. Let the oxygen run a little longer. Keep bringing that down. Guess while we wait. I forgot he was going to do his thing like that. Good thing we're all set. Well, we're trying to recover the heat from the whole cabin got depressurized from a micrometeorite strike. So, you know, temperatures plummeted, and now we're trying to get the atmosphere back in a decent balance, as well as get the heat up. And part of the problem was the strike occurred in this corner and blew out conduit as well as wall sections. And the conduit cut off the temperature sensor, which was mounted right here. And I didn't notice until the start of this stream, basically, or just before. So we moved the temperature thermostat over, got the heater going. Now we're rebalancing the mix of gases in the cabin, getting the external repairs done that we needed to get done. So we'll get there, but we're still way, way under temperature. All right, get back inside, buddy. Yep, guess we are approaching our target. Alright, what are we looking like? Range at 4, cross velocity's okay, bearing's okay, so everything's looking good, so we just need to hail the ship. Yeah, the helmet is muting the alarm sounds. Did we clamp or not? Yeah, we did. Oops. Alright, let's pause again. So, take a look at this. Damaged conduit. So we're going to try to replace the conduit, replace the thruster. Few last little repairs that we need to get done to have it in really good shape. Continue to let the temperature rise while we're doing things. Nitrogen fell a little further than I wanted, but it's fine where it's at. Remind me to keep an eye out for a nitrogen sensor too. And then once we get the electricity fixed over here, when we get this conduit fixed, we'll get electricity back on this wall. We'll reset a few things. All right, turn these off. So we're good. 88 on the oxygen, 94 on the battery for the suit. We've got, I believe, all of our tools and materials we need. Clear inventory, a little bit, enough of a clear inventory. Don't think I'll need the katana, but we'll make sure first, and then maybe I'll come back for another container. All right, let's get moving. See what we find. One of these ships. That is a lot of nitrogen. And there's a heater. It's even functional. Cool. I wanted a second heater, so that's good. What are you? Hey, a nitrogen alarm. Well, awesome. Okay. Heater, nitrogen alarm. That's just an air pump. We've got a Halverson thruster assembly that's also in good shape. So, you know, there you go. How you doing, oxygen? 50% gas pressure, 191 in the O2 canister. Nav station is functional and worth a fair bit. So, yeah, small, but looks like it'll get several of my needs taken care of, so that's great. Good old turbo air pump. We've already got a couple. I might grab another couple. All right. Yeah, let's do a few things. Let's get this fixed up and then we'll pull it. Snakes? Hopefully not. Space snakes, even worse. Why am I getting that alert now? Did we have atmosphere in here at the beginning? 38,000 kPa. What am I pointing at? Nitrogen can. All right. It's like, what? That would have been weird. Not the floor. Pressure alarm. Okay, next up, uninstall. Orders. All. Just loose. That. And where was that thing? I gotta move over here to see it. Okay. Grab another thermostat. Might want separate. Yeah, we'll grab conduit, some floor plates, some wall sections. I gotta keep stockpiling some of that stuff for emergencies. Okay. Ooh, there's a good one. All right. So, still got conduit to grab. And I think I'll grab this turbo pump also. So, turbo pump, we'll haul the stuff we've got currently queued up. Then we'll go for tearing walls and floors and stuff out and conduits. All right, let's get this stuff brought in. Yeah, he went the long way around. Gonna let him finish up some exterior repairs. Red be gone. Keeps ignoring this section. I wonder why. You should be able to reach it from here. Okay. I don't know how they really set those priorities. It's definitely not lowest condition and then up. I have to check the battery status on my tools. Okay, so we got to replace that. I'm not sure we can do that from the interior. Alright, let's turn off auto task. All done? Alright, I don't remember what I have in storage. We've got wall, some batteries. Yeah, we got some floors and walls. That's it. All right, so we're going to go get some conduit. Get that fixed up. Then we'll yoink the thruster, get that replaced, and swap out the O2 canister. That's actually just completely damaged. All right. Let's pull that now. You sure look like you're right on the door space. That's weird. I didn't think you could have objects under the door. Put it back where it came from. You really like that space, do you? That's interesting. I don't want you there. I don't want you there either. All right. Let's go ahead and pull that. Did I pull a thruster yet? Yes. That way. Alright, thruster's in, lights green. Let's see. Oh, temperature's at 295. Nice. 295 to 300 is where we want to be. So let me go make sure this thing is set to auto. It is. All right, cool. The temperature is restored. Let's go get conduit. And I'll have to decide what I want to do with some of the rest of this stuff. Shit. That's funny. 1,400 nitrogen. 858 oxygen. Hmm. Does it, when you have it on auto, does it pull out as well as put in to maintain? I haven't actually tested that. Yeah, I really should have looked at that beforehand. No wonder we zeroed out that oxygen. Doesn't seem like it's going to reverse unless I specifically tell it to. Wow. That's kind of funny. What the hell? Alright, here we go again with the... What are you doing, game? I have you on turbo reverse. Oh, turbo reverse on is what I need. You're supposed to go down. Scrap aluminum. Yeah, we'll get a canister on it here in a sec. Did the canister I put over there just blow up? Ah, not paying attention to the right things. I'm causing more problems than I'm solving. I think that was the only oxygen canister on that wreck, too. Well, crap. Guess we'll... Problem is they're at like 90% capacity. I think if I try to pull this atmosphere back, it's going to blow the canisters. I'm tempted just to open the doors. just, or take a wall section out just to evacuate the atmosphere. It's going to take me longer to recover that, and I'll just keep blowing canisters if I leave them on reverse intake, I think. Yeah, that one's already at 97%. Let's turn everything off for a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna vent, even though it's gonna make it cold again. I've made too big a hash of this. I don't want to be swapping canisters out to try to get all this stuff recovered. And I think even with the turbo pumps, I had it running for so long that it's going to be a problem. All right, let's go get some conduits and a wall section, and then I'll just poke a hole in the wall over here where we're going to install the new conduit and fix a few things that way. So, slow this down. We looking over here. Pretty good conduit. Decent enough wall. We'll just tell it to orders, uninstall. Is conduit equipment? Apparently not. Conduit is conduit. Conduit and wall, please. Give me, 4 sections. Well, I could just open the 2 doors to equalize the atmosphere. But even that, I don't think is going to... Well, this is probably hold. It's not holding atmosphere. And it's definitely going to be hold after I remove some wall sections. It's fine. We'll be fine. These are important lessons I'm learning. It's good that this stuff is happening. I screwed up, and I'm paying the price. I like it. As long as I can figure out what happened. I like it as long as the game gives me the info I need to parse out where I screwed up. Okay, so next, orders, loose, all. I only got 3 conduits. That's fine for the moment. Whoa, we're already down to 543 and 336. Okay. Getting there. Few more trips. I'll be back to a comfortable, relatively comfortable level. Alright, I can deal with that. Let's go ahead and turn... So, I gotta get the nitrogen thing installed. Into alarm. Install. Guess we'll put you back where the... previously... the temperature alarm was. Then... control panel... on, not turbo, not reverse, auto. Okay. Why am I seeing wisps of air traveling here? And of course now it doesn't do it. See, why is it going up? That's what's freaking me out. Alright, so I still got something wrong. It shouldn't be going up right now. We're well above both of those values. So why is it choosing to continue to increase the pressure? It's an N2 canister. N2 alarm. Oh, that alarm doesn't have a power to it yet. Okay, never mind. I know why. Control panel off. Oxygen should not be increasing either, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is this part of the whole... I mean, we're at 296 temperature. We shouldn't still be seeing gas expansion. All right, let's get that conduit in. So you... Did I already remove the conduit over here? That's the damaged one. All right, we have power restored. Gotta repair or replace the floor. Now I don't have the parts. I assume you can't pull the floor without... Will the other two parts stay? Guess let's find out. If I scrap that... Onto a wall, there's no floor piece. Okay. Mech parts, carbon fiber. Rest of it's trash. Damaged O2 canister. I put that there. That was the other broken one. Turn that off. Back inside. All right, conduit wall floor, conduit wall floor. A little bit of damage over there. Okay, back inside. Ship's looking pretty good. So these parts we just pulled. They're damaged for good reason. I don't plan on fixing them up. That's right. Can't fit enough of these in there because they don't stack. Okay, next up. So I just grabbed the switch so I'd have one. I got to figure out how to do various things that I want to do. Like put a switch on the nav station that I can throw just to turn it off so I don't get the proxy warnings when we're in station. But I'm going to redesign all this anyway, so we'll just hold on to it for now. Same with the turbo pump and the heater. All right. Let's go grab the aluminum, clean up my mess. All right, we got a couple walls, couple conduits, couple floor. We'll call that good. Next up, let me review my battery situation. 47%, 72%. And 94%. All right, it's fine. Okay, gas mix, 8642. I'm okay with that. Pumps are running properly. We've got an N2 sensor, along with our temp sensor, along with our oxygen sensor. Did we... O2 can's fine. N2 can's fine. I need to get a spare on the O2 and the N2. Because that's almost completely empty. And not worth much. All right. There's O2 in my N2 canister? Really? Yep, there sure is. Well, that could be pretty potentially confusing. I'm not sure what kind of consequences that's going to have. long as everything's on auto and it just feeds out into the atmosphere and the sensor reads it, it's not that big a deal, I don't think. I'll leave it alone for now. All right. What else do I want? Anything else? All right, just got to remember to grab another O2 canister when we're out and about. I think that's it. I think it's time to take off. Yeah, let's take off. Trying to decide if I need that heater now. That's a loose N2 canister. Okay, inventory's cleared up. Yeah, let's go ahead and get moving. What the? I had to drop that thing. All right, let's make a new save. Yeah, those canisters were there just when I was sorting stuff out. They're not intended to be in those locations. I wasn't planning on actually pumping anything into those. They just got set there just by happenstance. All right. So we got nothing under the output canisters. You are not showing as active. Why? We have... See, look at that. It's showing flow of air. Why? It's freaking me out every time I see that. All right, seems stable. So lights on, canisters hooked up on auto. We got lights on the various alarms. Temperature is good. I think we're stable finally. All right. we're set. We're finally set. Everything's cleaned up. Ship's looking in really good shape. Tiny bit of damage on the nav console. My work poster's got a little bit of damage. Who cares? So, ship's in good shape. All right, now let's go actually get some money. Who's next? So many ships around me. Oh, here goes the prox alarm again. Gonna be close enough? Is he pushing a wreck into the station? That sure is what that looks like. Cool. That's supposed to be like a tug? Oh, is that a new ship being brought in and he's going to detach eventually? Because that's pretty cool. I knew new ships arrived and old ships got taken out, but I didn't know there was an actual, process for it that you could actually see. I'm wondering if he's going to drop that off sometime soon or if he's actually taking it all the way to KLG. All right, however. Looks cool. Let's bump out to this one, I think. That one. All right, reference between us and that one. We are... Yeah. All right. Oh, that's right. I can take my hat off now, finally. We've been in this suit for a long time. All right, alarm is live. That's right, I keep accidentally picking a target first. Which puts the target at the top of the list, not the one I'm currently connected to. Back to RCS maneuver control. All right. Ah, stop it. Time to bring this back down again. 1.3. Still a little much. 1.0. Having that second thruster back online is helping out quite a bit, though. No, we're still on... Well, we're supposed to be still on target. Weird. Pretty sure it's still selected, even though it doesn't show it here. Strange. Yeah, I don't know why that's not populating. As long as this info is looking good. Bearing is correct for the one I'm aiming at, so we're going to call it good. Actually, now it still feels like we're on one thruster. I don't think I've added that much weight to the ship. I guess I do have it on 0.25. That's what's actually doing it. Never mind. Keep forgetting the 0.25. I keep getting inconsistent results when I try to left click or right click on the rotary switches. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. That's why I started grabbing them and dragging them, because I got pissed off because it wasn't doing it when I told it to. All right, 5-minute ETA. Let's bounce out of here for a second. 3:15. What did I want to look at? Yeah, we do have the thruster. It was the 0.25 was what was skewing my feeling on how we were moving. Let's do a little more inventory Tetris. Oh, that I can't put anything on top of that? Really? What's the point of having a floor bin if the floor space is taken up by the bin? I thought that was going to be, yeah, subfloor bin. What the hell's the point of that? Well, now I am annoyed. Huh. Well, that don't do what I wanted to do. Screw that thing. We had enough weirdness with that when we first installed it. Oh, I know I can put stuff in it. But I might as well have a rack or something if it's going to occupy the space that items go into. I'm not gaining much of a benefit. The whole point of the subfloor bin was so that I could put objects and have storage there, not either or. I don't care if they block movement when they're against the wall. I mean, if I can walk through it, why can't I? If my body can occupy the space, why the fuck can I not put an object there? My body is an object. Doesn't make any sense. That's what's annoying me. I mean, fine, you can walk through it as opposed to a rack. I don't care because of the position I'm placing them in, and, you know, my body is bigger than this N2 canister, so why can't I put the N2 canister there where my body's currently standing? It's nonsensical. That is bullshit. That negates the entire point of my installing that. Why does this stuff just keep floating with me forever until I go out and pick it up? You would think that would not be attached anymore. Weird. You're going to force me to go EVA and pick that crap up. All right, let's speed up time. All right. All of a sudden, troubles adapting to that. Get over there. Weird. Okay, D1D small. That doesn't bode well for a nice cash run, unless it's a luxury yacht or something.